We're in the middle of chapter 11. Oh dear, when Hiccups just discovered that Norbert the Notjob was clearly madder than a mad March hare having a nervous breakdown. For there, on a stand, larger than life, stood what looked horribly like the frozen body of Norbert the Nutjob's papa. He was standing proud and upright, every whisker frozen solid, mouth open in a soundless yo, like that. A scary monumental sight. One hand was on his hip, and in the other he held a casket with glass sides filled with ice. There he is, that Norbert the Nutjob's papa. On top of the ice sat the round, rather disappointing shape of a lumpy, brownish vegetable. Surely that can't be the magical potato, thought Hiccup. Sticking out of the vegetable was a single arrow. Norbert's papa was surrounded by a carpet of unusual dragon creatures called Squealers. These weird animals are often used as primitive burglar alarm systems. They have no legs to chase after their prey, so they sit on their backs, waving their extra long nails gently in the air. How weird. Any animal that comes into contact with those nails causes the whole pack of Squealers to scream unbearably loudly. The sound is so piercingly noisy that it actually kills smaller dragons who have much better hearing than humans, stone dead on the spot. The Squealers then devour their victim, and rather like piranha fish, they can scrape an animal to the bone in 60 seconds flat. But Norbert, gasped Hiccup, I thought poor father was supposed to be dead. Oh, he's dead all right, smiled Norbert with an article. He's as dead as a doornail. But as I was keeping the potato frozen anyway, I thought I'd freeze Papa too. You could give your father a proper Viking funeral, shuddered Hiccup. He looks untidy standing there, and a bit spooky. My father has his funeral on the day the Doomfang dies, shouted Norbert the Nutjob. That's why I froze him. Just before my father breathed his last, he stuck into the potato the only arrow he had left given to him by the feather people, and he made me promise him to use this to get rid of the Doomfang. That's impossible, objected Hiccup. You can't kill a whopping great creature like a Doomfang with one tiddly little arrow. Not impossible, weird little red-haired boy, corrected Norbert the Nutjob. Just improbable. That's funny. That's something old Wrinkly often says. And made more improbable by the fact that we can't get the arrow out of the vegetable and no one dares name. Take a look at the inscription on the casket. Hiccup looked at the casket Big John was holding. In it, frozen by the ice, was the disappointingly boring vegetable called the potato. And stuck in this potato was the gaudy little arrow decorated with brilliant feathers taken from birds Hiccup would not have recognised, American birds that once flew about in undiscovered American skies. On the front of the casket was written in flowing script the following inscription: Whomsoever removes the arrow from the vegetable shall rid us of the Doomfang and prove himself right true hero and ruler of all the Viking tribes. Can't get the arrow out of the precious vegetable, said Norbert the Nutjob sadly. We practised all year round with constant arm wrestling, and every year our strongest champions try and pull it out. Even I do not seem to be able to do it, although the verse is obviously referring to me. The arrow is stuck in the vegetable, and we are stuck on Hysteria and the death of my father, until the death of my father is avenged. Hiccup looked at the potato. You can't get the arrow out of the potato because it is frozen solid, said Hiccup. If you defrosted the potato, then you could pull it out, Hiccup suggested. The tick was back in that Norbert the Notjob's eye. My dying father gave me this arrow for a reason, snapped Norbert the Notjob. It's supposed to be a test to find out who is strong enough to defeat the Doomfang. What would be the point of the test if just anybody could do it? Who are you anyway, you small boy? And how dare you ask me all these questions? Now, I'm very glad you brought that up, Norbert, said Hiccup soothingly. I am Hiccup, Horrendous Habit the Third, only son of the Stoic the Boss, and my friend Fishlegs, who you also met yesterday, has had the bad luck to have got bitten by a venomous vorpant. That is bad luck, said Norbert the Nutjob with satisfaction. Certain death, I'd say. I can't say I'm surprised. You know, he seemed like the sort of little weirdo that fate would have it in for. Fishlegs is not a little widow, interrupted Hiccup. The point is, Norbert, I've been told that this potato of yours is the only antidote to four-point venom, and I wonder if you could possibly spare it to save my friend's life. It'll be the kindest thing you've ever done. Norbert the Nutjob was flabbergasted. And what, whispered Norbert the Nutjob, would you do with my papa's precious vegetable after I gave it to you? Well, said Hiccup, I guess my friend would eat it. For a second, Norbert the Nutjob stared into space. Then he was livid with rage, whirling his double-headed axe around his head. Eat it! roared Norbert the Nutjob. You shoot me in the bottom, and then you want to divide up and eat my dear dead papa's precious American vegetable? Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! After a short struggle, he calmed down again and turned to Hiccup with great dignity, holding up his arm. I could, said Norbert the Nutjob, kill you right now, you evil vegetable murderer. But we hystericals are not like that. We hysterics are civilized. We never execute before we have given lousy, potato-savaging criminals an absolutely fair trial. And on hysteria, Norbert the Nutjob gave a nasty mad leer. The trial you face is trial by axe. Crumbs, thought Hiccup, doesn't sound good. Norbert the Nutjob strode over to the middle of the room where there was a large tree trunk knocked off at the base. Fate herself shall decide your fate, said Norbert the Nutjob. I shall throw my axe high up into the air, and if it lands with the golden side burying itself into the wood, I shall allow you to live. But if it lands on the dark side... Norbert the Nutjob stroked the dark side lovingly. If it lands on the dark side, I shall kill you with this very axe right here on this spot. Hope you're feeling lucky. Norbert stepped back dramatically. He gazed up at the heavens. Come, great powers of fate and destiny, he yelled. Norbert the Nutjob, I swear to do as you tell me, life or death. The axe soared towards the ceiling, spinning slowly through the air. It began to fall, the bright side down, then the dark. Hiccup was not as tough as the other boys, but his eyesight was very good. He could see the axe was going to land dark side down. And he leapt in between the dark and bright blades and caught the axe with its wooden handle just before the dark side landed in the wood. The hysterics gasped. High up on a beam in the ceiling, Kamikaze gasped too. Hiccup heaved the axe above his head, and down he drove the bright blade deep into the tree trunk. Bright side wins, Norbert the Nutjob! Shouted Hiccup for Entertainment Third, his hands on his hips. Nobody knew quite what to do. Norbert the Nutjob's mouth opened and shut like a fish out of water. You cheated! Screamed Norbert the Nutjob. Fate must have let me cheat, Hiccup pointed out. Now set me free like you promised. Oh, it looked like he was about to explode. He was used to terrified adults who cowered down before him and his terrible acts of fate. He wasn't used to bossy small boys who told him to defrost his precious potato and bury his papa and caught his axe before it landed. But what if Hiccup was right and fate really had intended to let Hiccup cheat? Norbert did not dare annoy fate herself. Seize him! Screamed Norbert. He can live, but he can live out his days in prison. That will teach him to shoot arrows at Norbert the Nutjob. 4 or 5 burly hysterics grabbed Hiccup and dragged him to a small cage suspended by a single chain from a beam in the rafters above. They pushed him in and locked the cage, returning the key to Norbert. He put it in his pocket. And then the hysterics forgot about Hiccup and parted long into the night, laughing and singing and eating and drinking far too much. Hiccup sat silently in the small cage, trying to think up a cunning plan to get out of the situation. Didn't look too good. Even if he could escape from the locked cage, steal the potato and get away without a single hysteric noticing, he could hear some ominous creaking noises coming from the outside, loud crackings and knockings, like the striking of an enormous sword upon a stone. The ice was beginning to crack. And once the doom rang was free, there would be no way out of hysteria. As the long night wore on, one by one, the hysterics fell asleep in their chairs or on the floor, in the case of one fat warrior on top of the table, hugging the remains of the roasted boar. All but the nut judge slumbered on his throne, his thumb in his mouth, cradling his double-headed axe. High up in the ceiling of the great hall, Kamikaze was sleeping, clinging to her beam like a little black cat. Time ticked on, and Hiccup struggled to keep awake. But eventually the gentle rocking of the cage and the cloudy heat and the fumes of alcohol in the room overpowered him, and he too nodded off. That's him rocking in his cage. And chapter 12 is tomorrow, and it's called Will Toothless Save the Day? I hope so. I always love it when Toothless does do that. I'll have that one tomorrow.